What is up, guys? It's Zippity Doodad. Thank you for being here on a Tuesday, 6:30. I've been looking forward to the stream for a couple of weeks now. Cannot wait to get to our special guest tonight. He's one of a kind. We all saw him for a little bit on D&T a couple of weeks ago, and everyone wants more of him. So we're going to give you more Ryan in just a minute. First off, I just want to thank Dean over at the Live Place. Dean hosts that channel, over 90 family-friendly channels on YouTube. Go check out Dean over the liveplace.com and Dream His Empire. Dean's amazing. In my D&T crew, my boys, we got Steve from Steve's World, all things fun. Steve goes live on Mondays at 9 p.m. with Just Another Monday Night. He had an awesome stream last night with the Viapre Project. Go check out Steve. Also, my man Shep. Shep goes live with not so story time, scary stories, 9:30 Saturday nights. It's also a good time. He's the man. Go check out Shep, my boy Shep. And Dave, pop-up streams everywhere, rocking out with the Disfluences podcast. He's killing that. Brandy's got her new boutique up, BJ's Boutique. Go check it out. It's on fire. Everything there is just amazing. And my partner channel, I got to mention my girl, Meg from MickeysMagic. She goes live right after Steve for Magical Mondays with Meg at 9 o'clock last night as well. Awesome stream with Ryan from the Disney Pins. It was the first time I've met him on a stream before. I didn't even know those Disney Pins existed with him. I thought Cory Fiasco had the corner market cornered. But Ryan seems like he's an awesome guy. So I'm going to go and check out his streams. And Triple P. My boy Trip P, Josh, congratulations once again, on a new baby girl. To you and Britt and Addie. That's just amazing. And obviously we have one getting close to being here as well. So we're super excited. I want to get to the chat, guys, before it gets too crazy. And I want to get my guest in here as soon as possible. Let's see here. I didn't do a good job with writing down like Steve does, but Mike Wheeler was first. Ryan McDowell second. Gary B. Finn O'Sullivan, Mary Spence, Rob Wieska, Andrew Bidding, Pam's Fam, Nicole C. Thanks for being here, Nicole. Rob Wieska, Rob's awesome. Leanna Sherbrick, Mickey Fan, aka Lisa, Samantha Lowe, Christina Hickman, Margaret Nagy. What's going on? There's Wales. What's up, Wales? Captain Akron 27, Donna Jarowski. And I think it just jumped. Alex Brenna, I'm sorry if I'm missing you guys. Tracy Glenn, Team Money, what's going on? Viapre Project, what's up? Pearl Manhattan, Carlos Disney World Freak, Karen Cook, Jim from More Sunshine, please. Steve from Steve's World. It's Joey from Joey's World. Avery the Cuban American, Mary Kehoe, and I think I might be caught up, guys. Before I get into anything else, I just want to thank all my members. My members are amazing. Thank you so much. It's never expected or asked, but it's so greatly appreciated. And I love you guys for becoming members. Sent everyone out a postcard and a button. There was one or two that didn't give me their email. So if you're in the chat and I see you tonight, please give me an email so I can send that out to you. Real exciting news, guys. I know I saw a few of you already using it tonight. We have a new emoji, the zip slip emoji. I think it's great. Mike Wheeler had it going first thing earlier on today. Super pumped about that. Triple P, thank you. Quick shout out to Trip P for hooking me up with that. Also want to mention that I'm doing a giveaway next week for my members for the Baymax, the Ariel, and the Zip Slip levels. I'm doing a giveaway Tuesday, not on my live stream, but I'm going to actually do my first Zoom meeting with all those members. And if you saw, I think it was my 600 subscriber giveaway. I did the Toy Story van from Toy Story 4. So I have all 10 unopened. I wasn't going to show you all 10, but I have all 10 that I'm giving away to one of those lucky members. And I just want to say, really appreciate it. Love you guys so very much. Did I miss anyone else here? James Ryan, my dude. What's up, James? And I think that's it. So without further, downscale, $3 super chat that says fist bump. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, dude. Without further ado, you guys, this next guy, I wanted to start a series. Steve does a great job with getting to know yous. Nick from Magical News Live does a great job. Jeff from Dole Whip Dad. They all do great jobs with interviewing YouTubers and everything. I want to start a new series with getting to know the chat. The series is called Chat More Than Just a Name. Sierra Myers, thank you so much. Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for becoming an Ariel member. Thank you. That's awesome. And I'll talk to you after the stream. But yeah, I wanted to do this, the chat more than just a name, because seeing you guys in the chat, and then when we had that little, not a little stream, but that amazing stream with D&T when we got to like drop 40 of you guys in and just got a little 5-10 minutes from all of you. I wanted more. I wanted so much more because you guys are amazing. And it was the first time actually meeting a bunch of you. And I just had so much fun. I wanted to keep it going. So I wanted to start out with Ryan, because Ryan, hilarious, great sense of humor, just like Pete McDevitt. Those two go back and forth in the chat. They're hilarious. Very, very likable guy. We wanted more of him. I wanted more of him. He's here. So let's see, my boy, Ryan McDowell. Let's get to meet him a little bit more.
What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing?
What did that say? Bring that up one more time. Let me see that book. Shep's not so short stories. Oh my God, I love it. What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, Zip?
I'm good.
First off, congratulations on the announcement of the new one, man. That's got to be exciting.
Thank you, man. I truly appreciate it. It's we didn't think it was going to happen. We're like, oh, PJ's 9. I think we're just settled in for one and just spoil them rotten. And then all of a sudden we're just like, all right, we got another one coming. Meg from MickeysMagic just showed up. LSU mom, Blue Nose. What's going on, Chris? And like I said, Disney Nerd Artist. Guys, sorry if I missed you. Brandy and Dave's here.
Hey, Zip, I just want to say hello to all my friends in the chat tonight. Obviously, Zip got me hooked to be here. So I'm not in the chat, so I miss y'all, but I will be there next time. But like, I love being in the chat, but I appreciate you having me on here, but I miss you guys.
That's awesome. And our Johns is here. So many people here. We got 62 people already here, guys. Everyone wants to know more about Ryan. Ryan, you were just, I mean, I got to meet you for a few minutes, like back-to-back nights before the D&T stream. We were just testing out your new microphone, and actually that was a funny story too, because it wasn't working the first time we actually met. I think you maybe could hear us, but we couldn't hear you. But right off the bat, those two first like back-to-back nights that we like talked for 2 minutes, I immediately texted the This and That crew, and I was like, you guys, Ryan's one of us. I was so excited. I'm like, he is so much fun. You guys are gonna love him. And of course, Wednesday night came, and everyone in the chat got to see how great you are. And
I'm a team player.
Here you are, man. And I just wanted to start out with just, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you want to divulge, and what your love is for Disney, and just about you. Just give the chat a little something they don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, first off, I give kudos to everybody out there that does these YouTubes and the streaming and whatnot. You should see the production level, the amateur production level that's going on behind me. I think we got every lamp pulled out here in the living room with no shades on. I've got a fan blowing on me over here so I don't sweat a hot mess, from being nervous here. And I'm hunched over on my couch and uncomfortable, but we're here. But yeah, it's kudos to all of y'all who do this, because y'all make it look really easy. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm a North Carolina boy. Been born and raised here all my life. My wife is too. We met in college. We've been together 14 years, married 10 years. We had a 10-year anniversary. We had a COVID celebration. I'm sure like everybody who's had like a birthday or some kind of graduations, important dates come up that fallen into this, into these strange times, had to celebrate in different ways. So we've had our 10th anniversary here recently back in April, and we've been married 10 years. Met in college. I was a bartender. I gave her free shots. And the rest is history.
Hey, I think we got a lot in common here. This is awesome.
Yeah, I I can't remember what I made her, but she followed me ever since. But yeah, so we live in North Carolina, and we both work in construction. She works for a general contractor, and I work for a subcontractor. She's actually my biggest client.
Oh my God.
So like her company that she works for. So I always tell people she's the boss at home and the boss at work.
Oh, that's so great.
But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And kind of the Disney thing is I've got a funny story for about everything if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
I first went to Disney when I was 5 years old. And recently my dad told me, because my sister's got 3 kids kind of in that perfect age range of going to Disney right now. And I've kind of talked to him. I was like, would you be interested in taking like, my sister's kids and like all of us go down there? And he's like, I did it once for you and I'll do it once for them. And so I went when I was 5 years old, and I didn't go back until I was 34 years old.
Oh, wow.
My mom wanted to go for her 60th birthday, and she had said that for 10 years. And it came around for her 60th birthday. And I was like, when are we going to Disney? And she's like, nobody wants to go. I was like, Lauren and I will go with you. And so we booked the trip and we went, and I just remember pulling into the hotel. We stayed at the Holiday Inn, I believe, right there outside Disney Springs on that strip. We didn't stay on a resort, but no, I take that back. We stayed at Riverside. And I remember pulling in and just like my jaw dropping. It was just like immediately I was a kid again. It took me back. Oh, that's awesome. And I've been hooked ever since.
Nice. And you said you're how old now?
I'm 40 years old. Y'all sang it for me back in November.
That's right. Actually, that's right. Your wife reached out to us. Like, that's right. You're 40. Because you were saying early in the stream, it's nice to have some guys that are close to where you said my age, and I'm like, yeah, I thought you were in the 30s. So I was like taking it as a very extra compliment. But now that you're 40, all right, you're in the 40 club with the rest of us. Me, Steve, we just turned 40. Pete, Noah, Marshmallow Man, what's going on? I saw you guys in the chat. Yeah, no, I'm 43, but yeah, you look a lot younger than 40, dude.
I always made that joke in the chat. Turning 40 felt like riding bareback through a field with Jennifer Aniston on sitting behind her. I know a couple people might remember that. It's gotten a couple laughs, but it felt good turning 40. Turning 40 felt good. Since things are starting to hurt, that used to not hurt, and
yeah.
And like it was funny. We went swimming the other day, and I was like, did I just get like tennis elbow? I don't think I've ever had tennis elbow. Like, I went and diagnosed myself on the internet, and of course that's not a good idea. But I went and diagnosed myself on the internet, and I was just like, well, my arm's starting to hurt. What's all this happening? I don't feel quite this old, but I think I'm getting older.
Yeah, and everyone told me when I turned 40, that's when I was going to start losing my vision. But I haven't yet, knock on wood, and I'm 43, so.
Oh, I can't see it. That's why I have these sitting by.
Oh, see, I don't have to wear glasses, so
in case you show something lucky. Important.
So how often do you go to Disney?
So since 2014, we've been going every year. 2014 was my trip with my mother, and then so that was in February. She has a Valentine's Day birthday, so it was a lot of fun. And the nice thing about that is, like, we went to the park. Like, anybody that used to know, like, it's changed now where it's like it's always busy at Disney World. So when we went back in February, that was kind of the quiet season back then. And it was really nice. And they had started doing some of those festivals. And so the second year in 2015, the wife and I looked at each other and we were like, that was fun. Do you want to do it again? Like February again? Because like her birthday, our anniversary kind of falls all in that kind of springtime, early, late winter area. And so we did it again. And then about 2016, we got annual passes. Nice. And sorry, I have my band on. I'm ready to go. I got my Mickey t-shirt on. Like, I got my band on. Like, bags are packed. I'm ready to go. But we started being annual passes. I believe it was 2016 or 17. And from then it went to between 3 and 5 times a year.
Oh wow! All right,
and more towards the 5.
And it's not that. What is it? About an hour flight from North Carolina?
Oh, dog, we drive.
You drive. How long is the drive?
It's an 8-hour trip. So I have a rule that like if it's 8 hours or less, we drive. I mean, like she comes from we're both road trip kind of people. I mean, like the road trip is the experience getting there. Like, I mean, we before we had like a Sirius XM kind of radio, we would have like our CDs picked out and like different music was different part of the road trip. I mean, that was the experience. We got excited, you know, in the build up to get into Disney World, driving down there. And then the funny thing about that is driving back about 2 hours in, you're like, we should have flew.
That's what I was going to say. The drive back, that was kind of like zombie camp when we were going to see Dave out in Pennsylvania. And the drive there was so much fun. And then the drive home, Shep and I were looking at each other like, oh, man, it was a long ride back.
But it was a quarter. Like, so, I mean, anybody that knows, like, who does Disney, and obviously I just said, like, we do 3 to 5 times a year. Like, that gets expensive. I mean, like, really fast. And so driving was like a quarter of the budget of like flying. Like that was back before like our airport had like a Spirit Airlines that went to Orlando or like a Frontier. Now, I mean, you can get a round trip flight down there for $75. So I mean, we started thinking about that because that's what $75 is basically what it costs for us to drive down there. So I mean, otherwise it was like $400 a fly.
Right.
So I mean, we used to start our trips at like 3 a.m.
Oh man!
And so we could get that. So we could, and we'd always she'd always be on the phone putting in like that we could get into our room early. And so they'd always accommodate us. And so we'd get there about 11 or 12.
Oh, did we lose you, right? Oh, there you go.
Where'd I skip out on?
Just a little bit. You were showing the mug.
You have one of those, and then get on the bus and go in, and we'd be there about 2 or 3 o'clock. So we'd our trips are super planned, where we're going, where and whatnot, and that, you know, it's gone from there, and we've had so much fun the past few years. I tell you what, they've raised the price of annual pass holders recently, but I mean it was a stinking deal. Past couple of years ago, it's almost kind of like it's kind of weird. Disney doesn't have this quite priced right, because if you went 4 or 5 days or 5 or 6 days, it was worth getting one of these or an annual pass, and like so that's kind of how we got into that.
Yeah, we got hooked on our first trip. Like I said, I was there when I was younger, and then 30 years passed, and then we went down in 2017. And at the end of the, I think it was a 10-day trip, our first trip, 10 or 12 days. It was a no-brainer to get the annual pass because I was like, well, we're only going to go to Disney once, and that's it. There's no reason to get an annual pass. But then I fell in love, just like everyone else falls in love. Well, most people that fall in love going to Disney, and I knew I could see the look in my wife's eyes, especially that. I think it was the second to last day we were going. We meet and talking Mickey. And PJ's like facial expressions, meet and talking Mickey, and Nicole's tearing up. I'm like, this is what it's all about. I'm like, this is so much joy in this place. This isn't the last time I'm coming here. We decided to come, get the annual passes like yourself, and just go anytime our flights were like $100 or less one way with JetBlue. We jump on it, and everyone thought we were crazy. And it's nice to meet other people that go to the Disney more than once every couple of years that are crazy like us.
Yeah, no, I mean, so. I mean, you have a lot of people who realize like at work or family that like, you know, like, so I understand, like they kind of catch on that you start going to Disney all the time. They're like, what's the hook here? And you're like, I don't know. Like it's perfection as far as the hospitality is concerned. It's perfection as far as, and is one thing that I heard like the Viapre project talk about last night on Steve's stream. It's like, where he just enjoys walking around, not necessarily always hopping on the rides, but walking around. The gardens are beautiful. The resorts are beautiful. The service is perfect. I mean, you pay an arm and a leg for it, but it's like, in what perfect world do you get treated like that?
Exactly.
And one other thing that like we were watching this weekend that the Imagineering series,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the episode when they were talking when Bob Iger came on, and they were talking about a couple of the guys, and they were talking about natural disasters and what happened in the world, and they were like, people come back because you can escape, and it brings you happiness, and when you get in the confines of Disney and they grab a hold of you, you forget what else is going on. Spend some time away from home, and I'm going to do this. Like, what better setting to do something like that? And I mean, like, I would love for it to be at like the Caribbean, or like I would love for it to be like someplace in Europe. But I mean, like, I've got the annual pass. Like that definitely saves like a couple dollars here and there, like getting down there, and we can do like a long weekend. And I was just like, we can totally release. I mean, like everything from like enjoying the resorts to the parks to just being in that like that net of Disney. It's an amazing experience. Not everybody gets it, and you don't push it on everybody, but like the ones who do get it, I mean, we're all here and we all love it.
Yeah, and absolutely, yeah. We call it obviously the Disney bubble, but I can feel it right now. I can feel Nicole looking at properties in North Carolina right now, because if she can just go there for a weekend and just drive the 8 hours, she's gonna do it. So we're itching to just move down there, but we can't.
Hey, Zep, in North Carolina we have a lot of y'all that moved down here.
Oh man,
it's your way of life. That's what they say. Or it's a cheaper way of life.
Yeah, so I have some friends that live in South Carolina, and they tell me all the time how much how everyone should move to South Carolina.
Now you're leaving some snow, but you're getting some humidity.
Yeah. It's a good transition though. It's a good spot to be at. So are you more of a Disney fan than your wife, or would you say you guys about the same?
Well, that's interesting. I think now we're the same. We're on the same page about when we want to go or whatnot. But what was interesting about her, I really didn't like know too much about this until we went with my mom for her 60th birthday. But I mean, I knew about it. My wife was a dance major at school, so and she was a cheerleader. And growing up, they always went to Disney. Her family were all campers and RVers.
Yeah.
And so Fort Wilderness is by far like one of the best campgrounds, like I think in the country. Like it's very highly rated. So like you'll get a lot of people that go down there that don't even go to the parks, but like, so they've always had RVs. They always traveled cheerleading, like, the competitions and whatnot, the dance competitions. So like, I think she told me one time that before we went, she went probably about 18 times.
Wow.
And so that's a lot.
That is a lot.
And so I was just like, kind of cool. So like, I mean, she's been to Disneyland too, and I haven't, but and so we got back down there, and I remember she didn't build me too much up about it or anything, but when we got there and we were and like we got on the plane and we got on the bus, like going into the resorts, she looked at me and she's like, I mean, you're a kid at heart. You are going to love this week. And she's like, I'm so happy that you decided to do this. And so from then on, like it's been game on. I mean, we basically go in February. We've been going in April for our anniversary. We kind of skip the summer because it's hot.
Right.
But like the past couple of years, like her parents have been going down to the Fort Wilderness with their RV, so we'll kind of like hitchhike with them. And then I mean, the Food and Wine Festival is one of our favorites now, and so is the Food and Garden. It's like the Garden Festival, like in
Flower and Garden.
Flower and Garden. That was our first like love, so we've always kind of gone back for that. Now we go back for Food and Wine, and then now like we're totally enjoying the Art Festival.
Yeah. I mean, they're all great.
Yeah, the concert, they're all great. The concerts are great. The bands that they get in there, it's just I mean, Disney's going year round. We the one time that I got like a little just sketched out was New Year's, and if anybody watched Resort TV,
yes,
and saw the crowd and everything, I mean, it's wall to wall, and like I like a little distance, So it's that was the one time I was like, I don't know if I'll do this again, but like I was like, but you got to go do that again. It's so much fun.
See, that's one of the holidays that I saw Resort TV one, and I kind of wanted to go. I feel like experiencing that with the Disneyland guys and my wife. I think that would just be such a fun and wild and crazy night. And I would like to be at Epcot. I know Magic Kingdom does things and everything, but Epcot just looked so much fun. But now the new normal, it's changing things. So who knows if that's ever going to be like that again?
We call Epcot. Disney does Coachella.
So when you go all these times, 3-5 times a year, do you stay at on property or do you stay off property? I know you were talking about Fort Wilderness, but do you?
So we stay on property. I mean, we are. One thing about my wife and I is like when we find a place that we like to go or visit or vacation, we kind of like stick to it because I mean that's our comfort zone. We start to learn a lot about it, and so our one place at Disney that we always go is French Quarter.
Okay,
I can't express how much we love French Quarter. It's beautiful. It's quiet. It's got the Sassagoula River going by it. It's got the Riverside property connected to it, and it's got it's got a walking or bike trail, whatever you want to do it. You can skip on it, but it goes through both properties. The pools are great, but it's one of the low key. It's one of the I feel like more lower key kind of properties, and so we always go there. And it kind of fits in our budget of kind of like where we can do that many trips to Disney, and this is the place where we can stay where it doesn't start getting into the savings account.
Right. We stayed at Riverside once before. We've never stayed at French Quarters. I did visit French Quarters with Steve when we met up with Mouse Talk with Walt and Melissa to get the beignets that night. Yeah, it's a beautiful resort. We loved Riverside, but we've been all over. Have you hit most of the resorts? Or is there any that you haven't been to that you would love to go to?
Oh my gosh. I think that is no, we've stayed at All Star Movies. And I will say hands down, that's their poolside bar is the best bar I've ever been to.
It's good.
I mean, that what I love about that what do they call that price level? The economy price level of the resorts,
the value resorts,
is you get the fun people.
Yeah,
I mean, you get the people in there that want to have some fun, and I mean, there were some backslappers there at the bar, and I mean, the fun thing about Disney is they're from all over the world.
Wait, I got a question. What's a backslapper?
That's someone who so at that bar they serve. I know y'all can't see that, but that's about a foot. They serve pina coladas and frozen drinks that are about that big. And when people start having a few of those, they start saying hello to you, they'll start slapping your back. And so I'm about 6'2", 220, so I get my back slapped pretty hard.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Because I think I can take it.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I love it. I mean, I get my in-laws laughing about it because my father-in-law is like, those are my people. And
now, did you stay there with the refurbished rooms?
I haven't. This was probably about two years ago, and this was a whim trip. We were on our beach vacation. We were like, we got 2 days left. Let's go drive down to Disney, and I found that we could stay there, and so I think it was right before then. But it was so much fun. I mean, it was like it was a good time. The only thing that I didn't like about it was like, man, they put when you load the buses, man, they put you out there in the sun.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And I know Steve's he's not a fan of the buses there with the All Stars. I didn't find it
so far from stuff like too.
It is. So I mean, I stayed there by myself twice. I stayed at sports and movies when I did the Run Disneys. So I couldn't justify, staying at the boardwalk or anything. And if I'm just by myself, my wife would kill me if I stayed anywhere but an All-Star Sports or one of the Valley resorts. But it was right next to ESPN, so it was nice to go and like get your bibs and do stuff like that. And it's still Disney, even though the Valley resorts, it's still great. Disney. We love Pop. We love all those resorts. But speaking of Run Disney, have you done any of the Run Disneys or anything because you've been down there around those times.
No, the funny thing is we saw y'all stream and everything that led up to y'all doing it back in January, and we wanted to sign up for one right when we were about to pull the trigger. I think we were about to pull the trigger on the January one and the Star Wars one. We were like, I mean, this thing hit, and you were like, I mean, like that's the cool thing is like I'm sure you could sign up for these things, and if it didn't work out, they'd back out and pay you all your money back. But yes, we want to do it. So we're going to probably do one in 2021. That's
awesome. Yeah, I recommend it. I think already the marathon weekend is sold out, but I know with Give Kids the World, they still had some spots left.
I mean, everybody in y'all's team did such a great job making videos about that, and I mean, like watching Meg's videos and like what she
wow, what an inspiration.
The Dopey Challenge.
Yeah,
and watching her run that and the story behind it and everything. I mean, it just I mean, I just got goosebumps. I just got goosebumps when you're just talking about it because it is even running one of those races, the 5K, the 10K. And even if you're not emotional, you get kind of emotional just because if you love Disney and it's just a different feeling. It's just a great accomplishment because you do have to train a little bit for some of the races, and you get up early, you make a huge commitment, and for her to do it every single day, I mean, tip my hat to Meg. That was truly amazing what she did, and she was sick on top of it. We were hanging out with her, and we were talking every day, and she was fighting the cold. So for her to do that, it was just mind-boggling. She deserves all the credit. It felt like there was a lot of motivation behind her doing that, and I mean, like my wife and I loved watching that and love her story. Like we always mention, like when she comes on after Steve, she's got to be the nicest person in the world that I've ever and stream or anything. It's just like but we've been there a couple times when the marathons were happening, and I love how like everybody wears their medallion. I mean, they'll wear it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's hot out, they're wearing it. They're proud.
Yeah, and it's a badge of honor, and it's so cool, and it's I mean, I would love to run one. So be happy to have. Hey, when you're and
we're losing you just a little bit. You're a little laggy, right?
Are we still there?
Yep, I can hear you.
I was like, let me know next time y'all are running and y'all are doing something for Give Kids the World, and the wife and I'll be down there running behind y'all.
Yeah, and that's it too. Like when you meet Meg in person, she's just as genuine as she is on her streams. As that goes for everybody. That goes for all the guys and everybody I've met, like Cory and Josh and Jenner. And it's what's so unique about this community is no one's fake. I mean, what you see is what you get, and then some when you meet them in person. They're just the nicest people. And getting to meet Meg for the first time last May with her mom, and her mom was like, just she reminded me of my mom. It was just like she felt like another mom. She was just so awesome. And Nicole and it was the first time I'm meeting Meg and her mom. Same with my wife. And by an hour in, we were like family. It was just. That's just the type of people that are in this community. And that's why I want to get into meeting all the chat. I mean, I would love to meet each and every one of you, or at least have you on my streams, because everyone's just so unique in their own way and have so many great stories. And Ryan is such a, I mean, you get the best sense of humor. I love it when you and Peter are in the chats. You guys make our nights that much better.
My wife was joking. They're like, "Boy, you've got stories to tell. Hopefully these guys never get a hold of you, or you're never gonna they'll never be able to talk when we're talking so much."
We might have to co-host. You might have to be on every week with me, and then you can just tell us all these stories.
Oh yeah, there's so many times that like y'all been having so much fun. I was just like, man, I wish they would send me a link and plug me in. I was like, this is about right where I'd fit in.
Well, now that you're officially on streams. You're gonna have to that, and that's actually a lot of people messaged me that today. I got a surprise for you, but before I bring a surprise on, I wanted to ask you a few more things.
Sure.
Do you think you'll ever start your own YouTube channel?
I could see it happening. Because one thing, the one thing that we thought about doing, and like that. Josh and Jen at Resort TV do so well is they do those relaxing strolls.
Oh yeah, I love those. Yep.
And like I always told my wife, all the places we visit, because we go some beautiful places. Like we're big regional travelers, like in the Southeast, and like we do make. My sister lives up in Connecticut, so we make it up there quite a bit. But like we go to so many places, and like we do have like one of those Movi like kind of like the handheld stuff.
Yeah, the gimbals.
Yeah, we do have one of those, but like so I always said like we should make a YouTube channel of just like relaxing strolls. So I had thought about that, but like I said, like it was funny. I was again watching Steve last night interview via Pre-Project, and they talked about like taking a break, and he was like, "Well, if you don't mind discussing, like, why did you take a break?"
Yeah,
and they were like, "Well, YouTube's a lot." and I'm the kind, and like and you see someone like Steve, and like you guys, especially Steve. I mean, like he's booked every night. That boy is booked.
Yeah, he is.
And God bless him, because he does such a great job, and he's just so given to this community. But like, I mean, it's got to take a lot of time, and it's one of those things that, like, I guess if you don't do it, you're not used to how much time that could actually start to take. Mm-hmm. And I'm a person who's like, once I kind of get like a hobby or looking or like something to do, like I'll go all in. And so I haven't ever really thought about it. Y'all do so well, so like I enjoy watching y'all. But like I was telling, like Lauren was like, they're going to ask you that, and I was like, well, maybe I can convince people for every now and then just to be like a guest star, you know?
Yeah. Hey, no, and you're welcome in any time whatsoever. I do want to ask you like how you stumbled upon this and that in my stream, and if when you're not at Disney, you're home watching Disney vlogs, like that's what Nicole and I have done. But you'll also love lounges, and I love lounges, and there's some other people that love lounges.
Steve loves lounge.
I don't think
Ryan, the key is you don't need to sleep. That's how you get around a lot. That's the answer.
Now we can't talk lounges without the this and that crew.
This requires 8 hours. 8 hours of sleep. So I don't know where that fits in with YouTube.
You can do it and still sleep for 2 hours.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
No, so it's funny how we found y'all. We found y'all about a month before the Give Kids the World's Beverly Challenge. And so, like I said, we take our beach vacation every year at the week leading into Labor Day. So y'all that Beverly Challenge fell into that. And so I think we found it because like Resort TV says like go visit our friends like this and that. You know, like they always do, that they plug everybody generously. And so we were kind of getting into back then, or like we had been into like other people's streams and whatnot, but we kind of heard y'all's, and we were like, let's check these guys out. And like, and I remember we turned y'all on an episode or something like that, and I was like, Lauren, they look like me. And so we started kind of following that, and I remember being on our
it must have been a Zip Burgundy, because I don't know, me and Dave here.
So Dave kept or Josh kept plugging the Beverly Challenge, and so we were on our vacation, and we'd come in from the beach, and like y'all had started this thing, and we watched it, and we just fell in love. And like Pete McDevitt was hilarious. Like he needs to be everybody's like YouTube MC when there's anything.
He's the best hype man going.
Y'all boys need to do like a golf challenge and have him be like the commentator, like Steve for the putt. He's about to fall and it slides.
I think that would be, that'd be funny. That'd be
weird. No, like I said, I think I told y'all like on the This and That night, my wife thinks Pete's quite possibly the funniest person in the world. And that breaks my heart because I try to make everybody laugh.
That's funny.
But I mean, we from Sunday to Saturday, buddy, we watch them all in this community. I mean, Monday is Steve, and then followed up by Meg. Tuesday's Zip. We're starting to learn more about like who comes on after that, like the Waltz, who like kind of y'all mentioned, and then Wednesdays obviously This and That. Thursdays, my wife's what she calls her YouTube boyfriend, Cory.
Cory.
And then Friday is
fun fact.
Hey, she's gonna have to fight
also,
Steve.
I was gonna say he's also Steve's YouTube boy.
Whoa.
hey, that boy, when he turns on his stream, and from the time he turns it on to the time he turns it off, he does it right.
Yeah,
I mean, he is
perfect.
the production level on Cory's stuff is just high end.
It's a good thing that we're friends because he is professional enough for all of us. So we kind of bring him down to like normal.
We offset him a little bit.
We do offset him a little bit.
I mean, the boy has knocked it out the park in when we couldn't be going to these parks and whatnot with the interviews and whatnot. They're like, and like, because my wife and I, like, we're big cooks. We don't really eat out a whole lot. We cook at home. So she's on Food Network, so she knows the chef that he had on and whatnot. And we love, like, what's it called? Home
cooking,
what's the place down at Disney Springs?
What's Art Smith's
Homecoming. Art Smith, yeah. And so she was just like, we're like, how in the world did he land that one? And then he got like Bob, what's his name, over at Riverside. And God, that was such a good interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his best interview was Tom Nabby, in my opinion.
That
one was really good.
That was just hearing the stories of a guy that actually met Walt, that was hired by him, was just incredible.
Yeah, and then we always look forward to Saturday, and like I love how like Shep keeps us on a string on Saturday. So he'll go on about 9:30, and then about 7:30 he'll be like, "Guys, we got a stream coming." You know, it's not like the day before, a couple days. It's just like we're on, and it's just a hangout, and I love that. But it's I think what we love about this community and everything is like it's like my wife. She watches Food Network, and I used to always ask her like, why do you always put that on all the time? And she used to always say like, well, heck, there's nothing ever negative said. It's positive. It's positive programming. There's plenty of negative out there in the world, and that's what I guess we love about the community and why we invest like every night into everyone's streams in this community is because like. It's all positive. The chat's positive. I mean, the moderators do an outstanding job, keeping it clean. It's just a positive place to be. And what y'all got going on Wednesday night and in your individual stuff is outstanding.
199 super chat, Pete McDevitt. I'm in for golf as long as Ryan is my color guy and he agrees to go in the hot seat on Sundays.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all boys are down there, I'm a golfer.
Don't agree to the
I'm a
hot
golfer
seat
too, man. We're gonna have to talk after stream.
Don't agree to the hot seat.
I agree.
But you hit it right on the head, Ryan. It is a positive community, and I think that's what brought us all together. Where we just all, it's all love here. It's all love. Speaking of love,
Maybe.
What's up, Shep?
Hello.
I've been here since like Saturday night.
Oh,
Basically.
I've been waiting since Saturday night.
But he's been on Twitch the entire
Did
time.
you see my book?
Do you see his book, Shep?
And that's the short stories.
This is perfect, man. Ryan's in the middle.
That was my first,
that was my
first book that I ever. Thank you
The
for
funny
buying
thing
that.
I was gonna do was because I love Shep's just like chill demeanor when he's on me. Like we're all sitting on here, like when Dave does his stream, Steve, Zip, and they're all just like here. Shep, when he gets on, he's like, "How y'all doing?"
Ryan, when he used to do his stream in the basement, he had a couch down there, and he would literally lay sideways across his couch. And that's how he started streaming.
Because my back, I didn't have a backrest, so my back would hurt. I'd be standing like this. So then eventually I'd be like, screw it.
Oh my God. I love it. Well, Ryan, we were talking earlier and you were saying how much this is when I immediately texted the guys. I'm like, guys, he loves lounges. and if you want, can you talk about your room setup as well?
Yeah. So obviously I think last week we were talking about something and I kept saying Fireball.
That's right.
Yeah. The stream last week was just basically all about alcohol. So,
yes.
Wait, time out. We were just talking before stream, before we went live, and Ryan was like, "Oh, last week's episode was so great," and I was thinking it was the D&T one. Completely forgot about the whole the whole cocktail hour, and I'm like, he started talking. I'm like, wow, I forgot it.
Zip, you put it out of your mind already? Wasn't that bad?
The worst part is like we were sitting there watching y'all, and I was just like, why aren't we drinking with them?
It should have been a drinking game the whole night.
12:30, and I was like, I gotta go to bed.
That's the only negative is people have to work the next day.
I think we did I think y'all did 2 or 3 shots on stream, and I poured a Fireball, and I was just like, I woke up the next day.
I have no comment.
Like, it hurts.
Our shots considered entire bottles.
That's the whole point. That's the game.
I did remember that. I was like, hey, we got to cheers to something, and then someone in the chat was like, oh, I just renewed my Netflix subscription. I'm like, all right, let's do a shot.
No, so my wife likes Chardonnay, so we got Chardonnay in at the room bar at the hotel. I'll bring I like a gin and tonic, so I'll bring that. And then I'm a big brewery nerd a little bit, and where I live, in North Carolina, breweries are one of the hot spots in the country. So we bring a bunch of beer, and then I got Fireball. So and then we always bring Prosecco for the morning. And I promise y'all we're not heavy drinkers or alcoholics or anything. We just enjoy a drink, and especially if you've gone to Magic Kingdom where they don't offer a drink. Like when you get back to the room, you're like, I need a drink.
that was a long day.
That was a long day. So
that's why you go back to the room via Tambu Lounge.
You got that right.
Or
the way we always set up our rooms or our days is so we'll either do a kind of a rope drop, or we'll set it kind of are we going to be there early in the morning, or are we going to be there till the end? And so and either way we do it, we have a break in the middle where we come back, we go to the pool for an hour, we have a drink or whatnot. And the big reason we bring our own drinks is because you'll spend half a mortgage on drinks if you don't.
So real quick, I just want to interrupt you real quick because we do the exact same thing. We've been bringing huge Jack Daniels when we check a bag. Real quick, Candy Mom 15, $3.99 super chat from Zip Nips to Zip Slips. Good time. Candy Mom, my newest moderator. I don't know why she wasn't already. Thank you so much. And Ryan, we have one more surprise for you. And if your wife's around, she might want to come right now.
Cory!
You know what's funny?
Oh, Ryan froze.
Ryan froze in the perfect spot. Look at that.
He's
That's
completely.
That's the
there you
same
go.
thing
You're back.
Steve did when we introduced Steve to Cory.
It's
Ryan was starstruck.
It's like we bring giant bottles of Jack Daniels. I'm like, what, everywhere, right? They're just we just bring them everywhere.
Oh, Ryan can't hear him.
Ryan can't hear Cory.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you. Can you hear Cory?
Yeah. Oh, Cory, my wife will. I begged her to come on this stream and say hello. She's like, "This is your stream," but she's watching in the other room, and she's.
Let's go find her.
Let's go find her.
Bring the computer with you.
Hey, we're making dreams come true.
He told me earlier he would sing to her.
Oh no, that's not true.
No, he said if she came in, he would sing to her.
No.
I think I heard that,
buddy. I appreciate you making it on.
Yeah, doing good. Zip sent him. I literally had just got home, and Zip sends me a text. He's like, "Hey, can you hop on for a minute?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I'm sitting in the car.
I don't think the wife's going to make it on. I remember before we kind of came on, she took a shower, and I don't think there was a bunch of makeup or hair blow drying, and so I don't think we're going to see it.
Does she have a Forky mask or some kind of mask she wants to pop on with? Because that's okay too.
I tell you what, getting on this stream, I tell you what, I felt like I was going on a date. I took a shower, put some deodorant on, I put some cologne on for the first time in a while, and I was like, people aren't going to be able to smell me.
I was going to say, well,
I do the same thing I do the same thing.
When I joined, I actually could smell something good, and I was like, wow, did the guys put cologne on? It can't be them.
Steph always told me that because when we go out and do the dining reviews during festivals and stuff, where it's really hot outside, and I would be dripping in sweat, and we're recording, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be disgusting in this video, and she goes, as long as you dry your face, that's all that matters. People are going to smell you. And I'm like, I guess that's true. All right, then. And I'm like soaking wet.
Oh my gosh, that's
Well,
great.
I'll tell y'all what, y'all. Corey's been the consummate gentleman. I think I don't know if he remembers, but we've DM'd him a couple times, I guess through the Instagram, and asked him because of he's great at the food reviews, and we've had a couple special celebrations while we've been down at Disney, and we've asked him some of his picks for if we're celebrating an anniversary or a birthday, where would you go? What would be your top 3? And we used 2 of them, and one of them was Shula's, which might be one of the best meals I've ever had.
That's great.
Yeah, and we always love your food reviews and whatnot, and yeah, man, I appreciate you being on here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, Cory, he was just mentioning how great you're top notch, and we bring you down a little bit. We were talking about how we bring you down to our level. Real quick, Donna, $4.99 super chat. Cory, sing for us, please, Cory. And Steve wants to go to the library.
Andrew Bidding said, "Did we just officially start a Disney frat?"
We did.
Possibly. That
Hey,
was
the only
started a
problem
long
is-
time ago.
Hey, if we start a frat, from old school, Josh has got to be the godfather, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think
no, time out.
Dave is like, I have actually used the term Frank the Tank to refer to Dave before. So, I mean, if there's anyone going streaking in the quad, it is David right over there.
It's definitely not me.
Round road showcase to the boardwalk.
Yeah,
I might race him.
I love it. I love it when you're at Disney and you might have had 1 too many cocktails, and you're like,
Never
should we
happened.
go back to the park? I'm in no shape to be around kids.
So Downscale
People should
wanted
not
to
look at me
know,
like this.
Ryan, Downscale wanted to know, he would like to see you take on me in a Beverly challenge,
Oh,
Ooh, you got
which I would graciously
there, buddy.
accept. I would graciously accept if you're willing.
I would do it. I would do it because I kind of enjoyed Beverly.
Me too.
I mean,
hi, Ryan.
I feel like that was
Extreme
put it in my
close-up.
soul.
Have you ever drank enough to get these side effects?
Expedition.
No, I haven't.
They
I
kick in
haven't.
around. They kick in around number 12.
No, I haven't. That was
Steve knows very well how they
Yes,
I
he
know.
does.
I had them all except for 1.
that was the best part about I think it was Cory and Prince Charming Dev that they bowed out similarly at similar times, and you'd always find the people who bowed out up against the wall, sitting down. They're like, I can't take it. I can't stand up. Don't even come over here and talk to me. I might throw
you
up.
don't want to talk. You don't want to talk. Talking makes it worse. The thing is that I still feel that even though Steve may have temporarily ingested more than everyone else, I still don't think that makes him the winner. There's still the argument that the person who won is the person who was able to keep them all down. And not
Yeah,
this is
hold
opening
on,
up
hold
some
on.
doors.
I did
Hold on.
20, and
I could have stopped.
threw nothing up.
I could have stopped right after John, and everything would have stayed down. There was no issue with that whatsoever.
See, on this,
You gotta remember, I did 13 more than Shep did.
But you threw up about 50 of them.
I
Yeah,
could, if
on
I
the
would have
viewer
stopped that,
side,
I
we
could
didn't
have
get
23 and
any
stopped.
of the information.
Yeah, you didn't
about
have
who
50,
brought
but
it
you
up.
still threw it all up.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to stand behind Shep as the true winner.
Not at all.
Wow, I like
Wait,
it.
not
I
at all.
like it.
Good try,
Wait,
Cory. Good try, Cory.
Dave, did you throw up?
No, but I also ate and drank around the world for 5 hours before the Beverly Challenge.
I
That's a good point.
I just
If
wanted
all
to
we had
beat
to
Dev,
do is-
so I did 12. One
If
more than
all I had
Cory
to
and
do
Dev.
is beat everybody else and then stop, I would have been fine. I wouldn't have thrown up.
No,
But-
to be fair with Steve, that rule wasn't in place. But I wish that rule was in place because it would have been interesting to see, if people would have bowed out sooner.
Well, there
knowing
would have
that,
been tactics involved for sure.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
stopped after. I would have just gone one more pass to the next guy. I did 11 more than the second place guy.
When you
would've
say 11
stopped.
more, I only did 12. So
You weren't second place.
no, but I'm just like, wow,
Oh.
he did 11 more. I only
I
did
know what I
12.
did. I lost count, and Pete made me do an extra one. Like I had a penalty shot. Like
for no reason. That was ridiculous.
No, that was a legit penalty shot.
No, it wasn't. I blame Meg for that.
No, I saw all the penalties that transpired throughout that course of the evening, and it was certainly Dave that did it.
I probably also would not be doing jumping jacks either. So those two combinations of things led to. And then when I went into the bathroom with Feel Good, John from Touring the Galaxy just said, "It's the devil, just get it out." So we forced it out. So
I knew going in that there was no way I was going to win this thing because I wasn't willing to push myself to the point where I was going to throw up. It just wasn't. My goal and only goal was to not let Dev beat me. That's all I cared about.
That was a good idea, Cory. You got to look to maintain.
You
can't be throwing up on streams. I mean, the hair's got to be perfect. The look's perfect. Like
he was the solely smart one.
You were good about it.
I remember it was like shot number 3. Dev looks at me and he just he makes eye contact and he goes, "I'm out when you're out." And I was like, and I said, "Okay." So do you want to do like 8? And he's like, "Sure." And we got to 8 and I'm like, "All right, let's try and do 10." And as soon as we hit 10, he looked at me like, "Please tell me we're done now." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Well, you did 10 prior to with Disney Dan, so you said you wanted to beat that record, right, Cory?
Yeah, you did 11, right?
Yeah,
you did 11 total.
We did 11 because I had done 10 with Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Prince Charming Dev was like, "It's always nice to bow out."
Piccolo Trusky and Make It Blue at Disney Adventure, welcome in. Yeah, and I actually tried to interview Dev right after that. And I have a unedited clip that I can't.
Wait. Tim Pruitt said Steve could have held Cory's hair.
I don't know what that means.
But Dev walked away when I tried to.
That's a weird one.
Dev was having no part of an interview on a losing end. Pete McDevitt, 199 super chat, legit. Thank you, Pete.
That was fun.
And actually, let's plug Pete real quick. What an awesome stream he had Sunday night, 8 p.m. with Steve from Steve's World, off the wall. It was unbelievable. Cory,
find out where he
made.
Find out the weirdest place he made.
Some whoopee.
Cory, what's up?
Here's the deal. I heard all of these stories about what happened, but I haven't watched it yet. And now I'm starting to think that I should have watched it before I agreed to it.
He already plugged that you were episode 2 and you haven't watched it yet. So you know what, Cory? Don't watch it.
No,
don't watch it, Cory.
But he said he's got a million questions ready to go, so you just never know what question he's going to go with.
I talked to Pete tonight, and he said that he was sitting down and writing all the questions for Cory.
Can I just say, if he ever gets to me, I hope it's 100 questions that weren't asked for Steve, because I didn't want to answer any of those.
You could plead the 5th, Cory, but I will just say I set a bar where I refused to not answer one of his questions, and I shouldn't have answered about 6 of them.
We should do an over and under on how many Cory are going to plead the 5th on, because I know he's going to plead the 5th on.
It will not be possible for me to answer all the questions without significantly tarnishing the image.
You're going to go from 18,500 to 500.
You know what I think we should? What I think we should do is Super Bowl weekend at Zombie Camp. We should have Pete interview all of us at the same time around 10:30 at night.
No, nothing should happen at Zombie Camp, and we all need to burn our phones with the videos that are on them from Zombie Camp.
All right, let's get back to Ryan. This was Ryan's stream. Ryan hasn't said anything in a few minutes.
Ryan, have a good night. I'm gonna have to go. It's starting to lightning here. I'm gonna get in before it starts pouring.
Hey, y'all stay safe down there. I know you've had some bad weather, bud.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic night and enjoy the rest of the stream.
Thanks, Cory.
Thanks for coming on.
See you guys later. Have a good one.
See you, broski.
Real quick, Candy Mom 15 says 50 Shades of Steve.
I can't believe Cory agreed to do that without watching the questions.
Oh my God, I cannot.
I think the best part is Steve's Tinder page just got activated today. So anybody who's interested, his Tinder page is officially activated as of today.
What's it called? Mouse Memories? No, Mouse what?
Mouse Mingle?
Mouse Mingle.
Mouse Mingle.
No,
Mouse Mingle.
Yes, actually, and Nicole, I know you're in the Nicole, I know you're in the chat real quick.
Site for Disney people.
Yeah, do you love Disney?
Real.
What are you
do you want to
like
find that special someone who also loves Disney? head on over to Mouse Mingle. We'll get you connected with the right person.
Meet
In
me at the
fact,
pool slide.
Yeah, the Mickey Mingle. Meet me by the alligator.
It's a legit dating site. 100%.
So Nicole, I know you're in the chat. I just downloaded Mouse Mingle, and it's only for I want to do a live stream about it or a vlog for Steve. So that's why I'm just
for Steve.
For Steve. So I want to help him through this Mouse Mingle.
Are you interested in finding out about all things fun?
To be fair,
we have your match.
To be fair, this is not my
by the pool slide.
Meet me by the pool slide. What's up, Dale? I saw you here, buddy. Real quick, because it is getting kind of late. I did want to touch base on some lounges because Ryan loves some lounges.
Can we get back to Steve's Tinder account?
All right, yeah, let's forget the lounges.
Ryan stream. This is about Ryan.
No.
Ryan runs it, actually.
We can make it about whoever it needs to be.
Oh my gosh! So Ryan, you love lounges. You sent me how many you've been to, which has been I haven't even been to some of these. What's your favorite? What's your favorite drinks? Where would you want to go with us? Actually, let's start with that. What lounge would you want to go with this and that for the first time?
This and that the first time, if I had to pick, oh man, I might go back to that All-Star Movies bar. I mean that's a good time. No,
Dave almost spit up his drink. Is it because there's a slide there?
Well, see, Dave's a big boy like me, so like he'll get a good back slap too. No, if I had to pick one of our favorite ones, is I would love to go get one of the tables you could stand at Cava de Tequila.
Yes.
And get some queso, get some guac. I think they call it the trifecta or something like that, where you get like the salsa. And like let's sit around there and have a few drinks, because the fun part about that is you can walk out with your drinks in there, and the Mexico Pavilion is awesome and it's super air conditioned.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
and you can hop on a boat ride.
Well, and then
they don't let you take the margarita on the boat ride.
No, but that's incentive to consume it very quickly, which then makes the boat ride even better.
And then you get to take a break and go back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That never happened on stream, right?
What's that?
That never happened on stream, right, Shep?
No.
Where we may or may not have had to consume a margarita quickly.
That's never happened.
Well, when Ryan listed all his lounges, Dave, you will be happy to know his first one he listed was Nomad Lounge,
as it should be.
Nomad
as it should be.
Oh, buddy, you got to walk around that porch and like halt people who are about to get up. And if you can find a seat in there, I mean, you'll be there for like an hour.
Gross.
He freezes in the greatest position.
They were perfect. The best was when Cory jumped on. He just stopped. That was good. Ryan will be back in a second, guys.
We were at Nomad. We got to actually sit in that first seat outside, and then when I went back with Dean and you're back.
Yep.
With Dean and Epcot Bob, we were actually on the opposite side, on the inside. We got to sit inside the lounge. So
yeah, I've been on both. I've been at the bar by myself a few times, and with the family outside. Yeah, I love it. Everything about Nomad is legit, and being outside is great too. But you just got the water right there. Yeah, have you ever looked into like the water area, because there's like some hidden like alligator like rock shaped forms and everything.
Yep,
it's pretty awesome.
One of the places we've always wanted to go to. What's it called? Jelly rolls.
That's our theme, dude. That's us.
So that was my last question for you. That was my last question. I haven't been there,
but that's where I want to go with y'all.
Dude, that was the greatest night of our lives, possibly.
Bad idea. But we did have a great time with the other one though too.
Yeah, I didn't like the other one as much. Jelly rolls was fantastic.
Hey, by the way, like I'm drinking. I just poured. My wife brought me a beer. It's called a Tiki Sour, but it's not like to plug anybody. But it's an Orlando brewery.
Hold on a second. I want to present you because I want to see this.
Sideward Brewing.
Sideward Brewing.
Nice.
Tiki Sour. I noticed that looks good.
It's got like a green.
It's really good. And it's actually what's really cool about this. We have a buddy here that's from Orlando, and he always brings me back a bunch of Orlando brewery beers. but it's a female brewer, and she is like, I mean, she goes from IPAs to like wheats to sours, and I mean, like this sour's green.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it looks it.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's gonna.
I mean, it looks like a rye tie.
Hey, rye ties are red.
It looks like we took the rye tie and the grain drink and mixed them together.
Oh, that's
one of my
grain drink. No, that's
one of my
drink.
favorite drinks is down there in in Avatar Land. What's it saying? What do they call it?
Hog's Grog Ale.
Well, it's the one that's like the margaritas that have the bobo balls in them.
Steve knows all about those.
They have the night blossom, but that's non-alcoholic.
It's right by the store. It's that little kiosk that's right by the store, and then the Santui, not the Santui. What's that?
Sutuli Canteen.
That's right there.
You got the Sutuli Canteen. Pangu Pangu is the little the stand. They sell Hawks Grog Ale, which is a green beer. They sell the Night Blossom, which is non-alcoholic. I'm not sure if you can get it in an alcoholic version or not, but it's the one with all the boba balls on it.
They do have a frozen version.
I think they have the alcoholic version. Yeah,
they have an alcoholic version. We camp out over there for a little bit.
That's my favorite. Sutuli Canteen's my favorite quick service on property, and the Pangu Pangu the Night Blossom is my favorite drink.
I think a lot of people love that place as the best quick service. It's where we go all the time. And Zip, you'll love this. My favorite ride over Rise of the Resistance is Flight of Passage.
Nice.
It's
finally.
You don't have to lie to him to make him feel better.
Yeah. It's on an emotional level. And just like when you walk out, like and how it makes you feel. I mean, Flight of Passage is above Rise of Resistance.
I see. There's a reason why.
I gotta ride it again.
There's a reason why.
Well, you'll see people that don't even know the Avatar story that ride that ride. They'll come off crying.
But you also have the.
I cry all the time.
I think the queue line. I think the queue line for Flight of Passage is better, but that I did. The ride technology. The ride technology of Flight of Passage is included in Rise of Resistance.
Yeah, so, both queues are great, but overall,
I think Flight of Passage's queue is better, but I think the ride is better at Rise of Resistance.
I got to ride. I've only been on flight once.
Yeah, who's willing to
twice? Technically, you've been on twice. Once we got shut down.
Yeah, we didn't even like. Yeah, we got buckled in, and then
we sat there for 15 minutes.
Fast pass, and then you're 4 hours waiting. I mean, like you're like,
Yeah. See, I don't think anything's worth 4 hours waiting, but
that's what's great about the reservation stuff they're doing. Yeah. I think they're hitting on something there that
I hate it. You're only going to be able to book so many reservations, and like for Rise of Resistance, the one thing I do like about Flight of Passage ahead of time is you can get a fast pass. You go stand in line 2 or 3 times you want. Rise of Resistance and the reservation system you can do once a day if you're lucky.
Right.
But the thing is, if you go to Animal Kingdom and you do a rope drop, I mean, you're sitting there waiting with 200 people who are like waiting for it to drop, and then they run straight to Flight of Passage. So you're screwed from 8 a.m.
Yeah. It is, but at the same time, though, you got to get up at 6 a.m. roughly to get over to Hollywood Studios.
Or just do what we do and just stay up all night.
Yeah, I hope you get one of the numbers. Everybody's got to keep pushing those buttons. Hope you get one of the numbers, and then pray and hope it doesn't break down.
But then you have to. It's the same thing for Flight of Passage. It's just a different mechanism. Like Ryan said, there's like a bajillion people there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and if you want to be one of the first people on it.
Oh yeah, or you can get a fast pass. Either.
But if you can get a fast pass for it,
I get one every trip.
So I got my production assistant taking away my the sun.
Tell her to say hi.
Yeah, at least let's see a hand or something.
We need to see Mrs.
We want to see the natural light.
I'm getting a no. I'm getting a hard no, y'all.
just wave in front of your face.
Hey, more instead
is a hard no.
Together another time.
What's up, Jenna?
Off camera, we can, or off stream. She has to come say hi.
Well, speaking of that, we're approaching an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to end it here. Ryan, stick around so we can talk to you a little bit longer off stream. I can't thank you guys enough for joining. Everybody in the chat, Shep, Dave, and Steve. Awesome that you jumped on. I think we could have gone for another couple hours talking about lounges, but I don't want to go too far over on Jim. And I know Walt from Mouse Talk's coming up pretty soon. Ryan, it was such a pleasure to have you on. Ryan, you were, like I said at the beginning of the stream, your sense of humor is just on point. You're very likable. You're genuine. You're definitely one of us. I can see you coming on
and
more and more.
Name at everybody else too.
You have a great name. You will be on Steve's stream in a week or two, I know. So maybe, what we didn't touch base on here, you can touch base with Steve, or maybe Steve will have us all come on his stream so we can talk more lounges.
We can do that too.
and maybe your wife will pop on that stream. But Ryan,
Right.
Anything you want to add before we close off? And I really do hope you have a channel and some content. One of the questions I really wanted to ask you tonight that I didn't was if you vlog a lot while you're downstairs, down in Disney. Not vlog, but like I started taking videos.
Yeah.
But I'll let you close it out for us.
Well, I guess what I want to say is, Zip, thank you. I'm not like a person who has a channel or a stream, and so like I was nervous getting on here, but thank you for making me feel very welcome, and just I'm glad y'all enjoyed me on the This and That stream enough to want to bring me on here and have a good time. I think if you reached out to everybody in the chat and gave them this opportunity, like you'd have the same experience with everybody. And so like, if he asks you, say yes, because this is so much fun. It's so nice to get to know these guys. They're one of us, and I love being in the chat with all my friends and whatnot. And I can't wait to get back there. But I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity that you'd want to spend your time with me. And I hope I didn't disappoint.
Oh, 100%, man.
Cheers, y'all.
Yes, cheers. You were spot on. Loved your stories. Like I said, we could definitely talk longer, maybe a couple more hours. But yeah, dude. Thanks for being here. And yes, guys. First guess of the chat. More than just a name. Who am I going to ask next? Stay tuned. I have an idea. It might have to be a Zip After Dark because I believe she likes to zip slip a lot. Get ready. We're going to be doing this.
I know who.
I'll probably do this like once a month. I don't want to do it every week, but we'll keep it fresh. We'll keep it new. And this isn't the last time you're going to see Ryan, guys. So thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for the super chats. Ryan, Cory, everyone, Shep, Dave, Steve, thanks for coming on. Love you guys. See you tomorrow night. Disney that 9 p.m. We have an awesome stream for you guys. Don't miss the very beginning. As usual, it is going to be unbelievable. See you guys tomorrow night.
What are we doing tomorrow night?
Thanks, Ryan.